Welcome to episode 124 of your CYSA Plus Prepcast. In this episode, we turn to one of the most critical outputs of any incident response effort, the written report. An incident response report serves as the official record of what occurred, what actions were taken, what lessons were learned, and what recommendations are being made to prevent recurrence. A well-written report enhances organizational transparency, strengthens accountability, and ensures that decision-makers have the information they need to act. It also supports regulatory compliance, legal protection, and internal process improvement. Whether responding to a minor security event or a major breach, the ability to produce a clear, detailed, and well-structured incident report is an essential skill for cybersecurity analysts and a key requirement in the CYSA Plus exam. Every effective incident response report begins with a concise executive summary. This opening section is designed for high-level stakeholders such as executives, board members, or department heads who may not have the time or expertise to interpret technical details. The summary should outline the nature of the incident, its business impact, the systems affected, and the primary response actions taken. It should also include a brief status update and a summary of any ongoing risks or unresolved issues. The purpose of the executive summary is to give non-technical readers a quick yet accurate understanding of what happened and what it means for the organization. Beyond the summary, the core of the report must clearly answer the who, what, when, where, and why of the incident. This includes identifying the users, accounts, or systems involved, describing the nature of the attack or compromise, specifying when key events occurred, explaining where the incident was discovered, and analyzing why the incident occurred in the first place. Each of these questions must be addressed with precision to give a full picture of the event's scope and context. This section builds the foundation for all subsequent analysis and action. Timelines are especially important in effective incident reporting. A well-documented incident report includes a chronological account of events from initial detection to containment, eradication, recovery, and closure. This may also include timestamps of alerts, meetings, decisions, escalations, and communications. The timeline helps responders, auditors, and investigators reconstruct the flow of events and determine whether the organization responded promptly and in accordance with policy. It also highlights any delays or missteps that may have contributed to increased impact. Defining the scope of the incident is another essential reporting element. The report must identify all affected systems, networks, users, and data assets. It should specify whether customer data, proprietary information, or regulated content was exposed or compromised. The scope section must also include a list of compromised endpoints, servers, or cloud resources, as well as the business functions impacted. This clarity enables stakeholders to assess the true reach of the incident and prioritize recovery and communication efforts. Indicators of compromise must be documented in detail. These indicators include malicious IP addresses, domain names, file hashes, registry keys, system logs, or behavioral patterns that revealed the presence of the attack. Including these details in the report provides context for how the incident was identified and can also assist in tuning detection systems to catch similar threats in the future. Documenting indicators also supports threat intelligence sharing, helping other teams or organizations defend against similar tactics. Impact analysis forms a critical component of any incident response report. This section should address the full range of consequences resulting from the incident, including operational disruptions, downtime, financial losses, reputational effects, and any penalties or risks stemming from compliance failures. A strong impact analysis quantifies damages wherever possible and provides insight into how the incident affected both the organization and its stakeholders. It also lays the groundwork for discussions around remediation, recovery, investment, and insurance claims. Reports must also include detailed documentation of the immediate response efforts taken. This includes specific containment measures, eradication actions, and recovery steps. Analysts should note whether systems were isolated, credentials were reset, malicious files were removed, or backups were restored. Each action should be linked to the associated timeline entry and assessed for effectiveness. This information demonstrates that the organization responded decisively and followed best practices throughout the incident lifecycle. Understanding the root cause of the incident is vital. Reports should explain how the incident began, what vulnerabilities were exploited, and what factors contributed to the success of the attack. Whether the cause was a misconfiguration, social engineering, phishing, a third-party dependency, or human error, this analysis informs remediation and future prevention efforts. A clear root cause analysis transforms the report from a retrospective log into a tool for long-term improvement. Evidence preservation must also be discussed in the report. Analysts should document what forensic data was collected, how it was stored, and whether chain of custody procedures were followed. This might include system images, packet captures, memory dumps, or user activity logs. Proper documentation supports legal defensibility and ensures compliance with regulatory or internal investigative standards. Even if no litigation is expected, maintaining a defensible record enhances the credibility of the report and the integrity of the investigation. Finally, incident reports should identify the individuals and teams involved in the response process. This includes roles such as the incident commander, forensic analyst, legal liaison, communications manager, and any external consultants. Documenting roles and responsibilities improves accountability and provides a reference for future incidents. It also allows for performance evaluation and ensures that all contributors are recognized for their efforts during a challenging event. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are more security courses on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Incident response reports must do more than document what happened. They must also provide forward-looking, actionable recommendations to address the vulnerabilities and process gaps uncovered during the investigation. These recommendations should be clearly stated and categorized based on urgency and scope. For instance, immediate technical actions like applying patches or enhancing logging might be separated from longer-term strategic measures such as policy revisions or employee training. The purpose of these recommendations is to ensure that lessons are translated into change, not just recorded and forgotten. Every recommendation should include an assigned owner or team responsible for implementation. This ensures accountability and facilitates tracking. Additionally, each recommendation should include a suggested timeline and measurable success criteria. For example, a recommendation to deploy multi-factor authentication should include who will implement it, when deployment is expected, and how effectiveness will be evaluated. By adding structure and clarity, the report moves from passive documentation to active risk reduction planning. Lessons learned are a vital part of any thorough incident report. This section allows organizations to reflect on what went well and what could have been improved. Documenting lessons learned encourages honest evaluation and supports continuous improvement. These insights might include observations about response coordination, tool performance, communication gaps, or the adequacy of current policies. Lessons learned should also guide updates to response procedures, training efforts, and risk assessments, ensuring the organization becomes more resilient over time. Measuring the effectiveness of the detection and response process helps determine how well the organization handled the incident. Metrics such as mean time to detect, mean time to respond, and mean time to remediate provide insight into the speed and efficiency of incident handling. Including these metrics in the report not only supports performance analysis but also helps benchmark future incidents. Over time, tracking these numbers helps identify trends and supports more informed resource planning and process refinement. Follow-up actions must be clearly documented within the report. These actions might include validation scans, penetration testing, policy updates, or additional user training. Follow-up should be tracked until completion, and progress should be verified. Including these details in the report helps maintain momentum after the immediate crisis is passed and ensures that the incident response has a lasting positive impact on organizational security posture. If any issues remain unresolved at the time the report is finalized, they must be clearly stated. Residual risks, deferred fixes, or accepted vulnerabilities should be listed, along with their justifications, compensating controls, and plans for future review. This level of transparency allows stakeholders to understand where exposure still exists and to monitor these risks until they are fully addressed. It also supports accountability by making sure open items are not lost or overlooked during the transition to normal operations. Reports must also include regulatory and compliance considerations. If the incident involved protected data or systems subject to specific regulations, the report should document which standards were implicated and whether any notifications were made. It should also include timelines of those communications, contact with external regulatory bodies, and any legal or contractual reporting obligations fulfilled. Compliance documentation supports audit readiness and demonstrates that the organization met its external obligations during and after the incident. Tailoring the report to its audience is a best practice often overlooked. While technical teams may need detailed logs and forensic evidence, executives and compliance officers benefit more from clear summaries, charts, and risk assessments. Writing the report in a modular or tiered format allows different audiences to engage with the content most relevant to them. This improves clarity, promotes understanding, and ensures that the report is useful across departments. Using standardized templates helps ensure consistency across reports. These templates should include predefined sections for executive summaries, incident timelines, scope, actions taken, root cause, recommendations, and lessons learned. Structured formatting reduces the likelihood of omitting critical details and speeds up report writing during high-pressure periods. Templates also support team collaboration, as multiple contributors can add content without disrupting the document structure. Finally, the organization's incident reporting processes should be reviewed periodically. Feedback from stakeholders, changes in regulatory requirements, and lessons from recent incidents should inform updates to the reporting format and expectations. By treating report writing as a living process, organizations ensure that reports remain relevant, effective, and aligned with current best practices. Periodic review and improvement of reporting standards help build a stronger overall incident response program. To summarize episode 124, effective incident response reporting is not merely about capturing facts. It is about presenting them in a way that drives action, fosters accountability, supports compliance, and strengthens resilience. A strong report provides a record of what occurred, what was done, what should be done next, and who is responsible for making it happen. By mastering the structure, tone, and content of incident reports, cybersecurity professionals ensure that each incident becomes a learning opportunity and a catalyst for lasting improvement. Thanks for listening. To learn more about cybersecurity, please visit baremetalcyber.com. There you will find best-selling books, videos, and even more free cybersecurity training courses. Please subscribe to the Prepcast and our various podcasts. And thanks for listening.